Belly Up Sports presents the 3rd and 10 podcast, your home for all things New York football Giants. Here are your hosts, Nathan Nguyen and Brian Germanaro. Take it away, fellas.
What's going on, guys? Welcome again to the 3rd and 10 podcast, season 3, episode 63. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, joined by my guy, Brian Germanaro. Brian, it's good to see you. I tell you, my friend, hell of a game last night on Thursday Night Football between Seattle and Los Angeles, man. The fact that first off went to overtime, which is always good to see.
Back-to-back weeks overtime Thursday Night Football.
I know, we are very lucky to get some extra football. Seems like
got a few good games here. Like Thursday Night Football this year has been pretty decent.
Yeah, I know in the past they've gotten a bad reputation, but this year definitely an improvement. And that these two teams battled it out last night, division rivals, of course, the Rams and Seahawks are. And I will say that backwards pass.
That's the weirdest. It's the weirdest 2-point conversion of all time. I mean, like he said, like the rules analyst said on the broadcast, if it's like diagonal, it's a backwards pass. So it's crazy when you think about it. It's luck that Shavon just picked that ball up. But hey, you know what? Sometimes with football games, you need a little luck and things to break your way.
True. The fact that it bounced off the Rams defender's helmet.
Yeah, and rolled,
collapsed. Yeah, and it was about to be picked off in a sense. Fell to the floor. Everyone just stopped, and the sharpman is like,
"Yeah, it was an incomplete pass." But yeah, that's why you always hear like these defensive coordinators say, just pick the ball off. Like we see guys like with interceptions kind of 50-50. They just get up and run because if they get in the end zone, it's a touchdown.
You just never know. So you
might never know. Exactly.
Just to be safe. That's
one of those things. That's just why they do it.
Yeah. I will say in general, my friend, just games like these, where we see like two teams in a shootout, with like very competent offenses and clutch stops on defense.
Seed on the line in the NFC.
Yeah. Yes, clutch stops on defense. Something to play for, like you just mentioned right now. Just clutch plays in general. It just makes me kind of sad because the Giants have never been like that. I think the closest thing, obviously, is the Dallas game, but it's like that's like once in a blue moon, like we're always in some sort of.
That was in September. Like good games like that. They're remembered. They'll like get on the NFL. It's like because like NFL Network will play like the best games of the year, but it won't be remembered as like this top 10 game of the year. It'd be like, oh, that was a fun game early on in the season, but that Seahawks game meant more. There's going to be another game probably this weekend that means more. You can go to the Falcons game last week meant more.
Yeah, there are games out there that have playoff implications that a lot of people would tune into. Meanwhile, with the Giants, it doesn't really matter. We do have Minnesota, of course, but Minnesota, they are very much on the outside looking in. I think their playoff chances are very low. They are. Okay. So once again, Giants playing in another game that has no playoff implications whatsoever. So I'm pretty sure not a lot of eyes will be tuned in to our boys outside of us, of course, my friend. But in general, last night, Stafford once again making his MVP case. He was slinging it, had over 450 passing yards, I think. It was insane. There was a point in time last night where I had the opportunity to take his passing yards in game. I think the over-under was about 320 in the fourth quarter. And this is for a particular entry that I had. But if I picked a player and I lost, I would have lost everything that I won up to that point.
Yeah.
Of course, if I knew the game was going overtime, I would have smashed the over immediately. Unfortunately, I decided to kind of chicken out and not place the pick. So definitely looks silly there. But he was slinging Puka Nacua despite his off the field sort of situations that he's been going through, whether it's himself or his brother, who was arrested and released on bail. He had to over 200 yards on 12 catches and 2 touchdowns. Blake Corum showed out in the running game. Kyron Williams did his thing as well. But for Seattle, they reigned supreme at the end of the night. JSN had over 90-plus yards once again. And, Seattle made, even though Darnold had 2 interceptions, they got the job done in overtime and converted on a very easy 2-point conversion. The tight end Sauber was wide open. I was very surprised to see. to seal the game for Seattle last night. So yeah, well, can't even talk. What a way to kick off Week 16, huh, my friend? I tell you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, this is just what this is probably the most important weekend of football we have all year because you have college football playoffs starting tonight with Bama, Oklahoma. We have
Very
NFL
excited.
on Saturday as well. So if you're
Yes.
watching the playoffs, you have NFL going on as well. And then Sunday, there's a lot of clinching scenarios on the line, a lot of fighting. Like this is when football's good. And on top of it, you're probably in a fantasy playoff if you're deep enough. So
Yes.
a lot of good football, a lot of important football on the line. I can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Well, just like the Giants, I also do not have playoff implications for any of my fantasy leagues. Oh, except one of them. But I think it's a non-money league. So
Puka at 46 points last night. What a
oof,
way.
insane. Yeah, and the league that we're both in together, my two best friends, Joshua and Isaac, they're both in the finals. So one of them's getting $100. And Josh is the one who has Puka Nakua, and Isaac is the one that has JSN. And we have a group chat, of course. I think obviously you're a part of it too. We had a group.
Yeah, I just don't check it.
You're good. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, the group chat. I think Isaac he texted us, and he was like, "Yeah, I wish Puka the worst." And I was like, I don't blame him, man. He had an outstanding performance last night. And he's definitely carrying fantasy managers like you mentioned. So um, but yeah, look, with the loss last night, this opens the door for the San Francisco 49ers to clinch the number one seed. Possibly, oh, first off, they have a chance to win the division, but not only that, they can also clinch the number one seed. Of course, some things have to go their way, but the door is wide open for the taking. So the NFC still undecided, and we'll see what happens these next few weeks in terms of the playoff picture. Now, let's get right in. Oh, one more thing before we start.
Rays, Pirates, and Astros in serious discussion about trade. No players yet, but expect something soon.
Mm, that means Paul Skeens. I'm kidding.
Oh my God, where would he even go?
Hey, shout out to Team USA. At first I thought
That roster is stacked. Oh my God.
See, before a couple days ago, when it was just Paul Skeens as the main name. Okay, and I'm no disrespect. I know you're a fan of your boys and McLean, and I forgot the other Mets pitcher that was on the that was announced to the U.S. roster.
Oh, you mean Clay Holmes?
Yes, thank you.
By the way, everyone last year clowning the Mets, saying Clay Holmes is not a good starter. He's on Team USA as a starting pitcher. So,
oh yeah, no,
I'm not here. I've been the first to say, is Clay Holmes an ace? Absolutely not. Is he a solid third to fourth starter? Yeah. He's a guy to give you 4, 5, or 6 innings and be fine.
Yeah, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, yeah, this pitching staff is. I mean, look, no
one did the pitching matchups last night, and I'm pretty you're alluding to Mr. Scooble being named too.
Yes, Scooble
name. If when they're playing pool play, so I forgot who they're playing the first game.
Brazil,
but Great Britain is who they're playing the second game, and Tarek Scooble will be on the mound against Great Britain. That game, we can just call it right now. We just call it right now. That game is good. America's going to win that game 100-0. Scooble might throw a perfect game.
Good blowout city. Well, let's see it. But no, it's Brazil first game.
Oh, so Paul Skeens against Brazil. So you get Skeens against Brazil and Scooble against Great Britain. No offense to Brazil, they do great in other sports. I don't think they produce much baseball talent. So America's got a shot to throw back-to-back perfect games right now.
You're damn right.
Oh my God.
Japan is honestly the only team I'm scared of. I know, obviously, with respect to the Dominican Republic and Mexico to an extent as well.
Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico are the two teams you have to fear.
Yeah. But I think we'll honestly take care of business, especially with the pitching staff we have. Yeah.
We have the hitting and the pitching to match them.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
It's Japan because Japan beat us before. But if you think about it, Japan beat us, and we were kind of running we had a good lineup last time, but this was like a B squad, C squad pitching rotation. Now
key,
it's like
yes.
as close to an A squad as you could possibly get. Like the only thing they're missing, I think, is Hunter Green. And I don't know if he's
I
declared
hope
yet.
he does. I really hope he does. But I mean,
If
look,
he
like,
does, it's a wrap.
it's wraps. But I love the pitching staff that as it is now. You have Skeens, you have Schoolboy, you have Joe Ryan, who to me is
Joe
very
Ryan's
underrated.
I know he will not get the fanfare as the other two, but he's a very solid pitcher.
Very underrated to say the least. Logan Webb, obviously we see what he's done in San Francisco. Matthew
I think
Boyd,
Webb was
who's
the ace last time around, if I'm not mistaken.
question mark?
I believe
Yes.
Logan Webb pitched in the 2023 WBC. I could be wrong.
I don't remember exactly. I'm sure you're looking it up right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Matthew Boyd, who he recently signed with the.
He did not. Wait. So on December 2022, Webb was announced a member of the national team. In February, he did not appear on the announcement. Okay, he thought. Okay, that makes sense. He was going to be on the roster and then pulled out. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
I could have sworn he was talked about at least.
Yeah, I don't know when you mentioned his name. I was obviously I'm not the biggest baseball know it all, but I don't know if
our
he
pitcher was
pitched.
Lance.
Yeah.
Was it Lance Lynn? Was one of our pitchers?
Oh God, yeah. Thank God we learned our lesson this year, and put in.
Was not even just learning the lesson. It's it's just players wanting to play for Team USA.
Yeah.
All right, pitchers last. Baby. Oh my God, yeah. Listen to some of these names. You had 45-year-old Adam Wainwright.
Oh hell no! Thank God, bro.
Miles Michaelis, Lance Lynn. Yeah, he was the ace of that staff. Merrill Kelly, Kyle Freeland. Oh my God.
Well, if you really think about it,
we're right. The damn D squad out there. What are we doing?
The fact that we made it all the way to the championship with that crap of a pitching staff.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, shout out to us.
And our division was not nothing to. It was no slouch. Like we had we had Canada and Great Britain, but we had Colombia in our division. We had Mexico. Sure, they're not the greatest teams, but they put together some pretty formidable rosters out there. Full MLB talent.
Yeah.
Mexico's got Rosarena. Colombia's always got to able to feel a decent team out there.
True. Now, speaking of, before we even get to the Giants and Vikings, one more baseball topic I want to bring up, and then we'll also talk about your Mets later on in the show. Very surprised that Murakami, I don't know his first name off the top of my head, but still not signed. And I think the deadline is Monday.
Baseman?
Yes, the one that can't hit fastballs.
Yes, that one. So if I had to guess, I'm going to guess he's wanting too much money, and teams are legit concerned about that fastball thing because you don't want to. Because if you think about it, a couple of years ago, you remember Thomas, the Diamondbacks. I forgot his first name.
Alec Thomas, right?
No, not Alex Thomas.
Thomas.
He was a Cuban defector. Thomas Cuba.
Oh boy.
Yansby Tomas.
Okay.
Yasmani Tomas. Yasmani Tomas. He was a big time Cuban defector. Thought he was the next Cespedes, Puig, among those lines. Diamondbacks gave him a huge contract. Came to the MLB and just stunk up the joint. And I think the Diamondbacks may have given him a really, really big. Let's see. Yeah, 6 years, $68.5 million. So not insane money, but a lot of money for an unproven MLB talent. And I think what we're seeing with that and what the Red Sox had a few years ago with their guys, I think teams are kind of afraid to give big contracts out to these guys that have a flaw, they can't hit above a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. So I think that's what's happening. He wants too much money, and teams are just hesitant to give that to him.
But there was just so much hype around him, and all of a sudden, he just isn't.
Well, there's hype around him because of the numbers. The numbers are flashy, but when you look deeper into it, it's wait a minute, there's some problems here.
Well, he only has a few days left, so he better either take what's on the table.
It's like a draft prospect, if they're hitting 300, but you realize they have a 500 batting average against fastballs and a 169 against off speed and breaking balls, you're not drafting that kid.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's got the easiest way to counter him. Just don't throw him fastballs.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, you have a few days left. You better either take what's on the table, or you just get your ass back to Japan because you're honestly.
He already said he's not going back to Japan, so he's taking an offer. I think he's gonna wait till the last possible second to sign.
The Sacramento Athletics sign.
You guys aren't spending money.
Yeah, but we could go a little cheap.
I got traded from the Athletics on my road to the show the other day.
You get traded from or to?
From. I was drafted by the Athletics. I spent the entire year in AA. I led the league in like every statistical category possible. They said I was underperforming, so I demanded a trade.
You tell them, bro. That's right.
I'm like, I'm leading the league in every stat. How am I underperforming?
Yeah.
The only thing I'm not is walk, so I don't walk in that game. Because if you're walking over the show, you're not playing the game right.
You're not having fun. Like, just either
I'm just swinging at everything.
Yeah, bro. That's like an actual. I mean, obviously, it's an actual baseball simulation game, but it's like, ain't no one like being patient at the plate. Like,
I
you
drew
swing
4
for the
walks
fences.
and struck out like 122 times. But I had 195 hits.
Hey, swing for the fences, my boy.
I had 23 home runs. Like I had a 280 batting average. Like I think my least amount of walks can be okay.
Underperforming.
I'm like, now I'm in spring training with the Cardinals, trying to compete to be their center fielder.
Isn't Brendan Don? No, I don't even know.
No, Donovan's their second baseman who can like.
Play I'm tripping. There, okay. So I was half right. No. Yeah, screw the A's. Like I said, I have no rooting interest for any baseball team right now, except the one with the most Asians. But I won't get into that.
No, that's the Dodgers.
Shh! Don't tell anyone. Anyway,
everyone knows.
Well, too bad. Well, fine, whatever. Look, man,
let me just make sure.
I'm pretty sure. Oh. Well, I'm trying to think. What is the Asian? Well, the Padres did sign under the Asian.
It's the Dodgers. It's 100% the Dodgers.
Well, the Padres did sign an Asian earlier today. Something.
Yeah,
Kim...
it's the top teams are Dodgers, Cubs, Pirates, surprisingly, and Padres.
Who the Pirates had their Asian? Tommy Pham?
It just says that the Pirates have seen a rise in Asian American players, showing the increased Asian representation becoming a common across the league.
I cannot name any Asians on that. I know Seattle's got some. Oh, Ray Bryant. Ooh, I could be a Seattle. No, that makes no sense. I'm screwed either way. I was gonna say
why Seattle's fun.
Yeah, but like, dude,
Tusong Chi Chen. It's an infielder for the Pirates.
No, thank you. He sounds ass.
Let's pull up his stats. Yeah, he's died. He got 7 at bats last year.
Yep. That's all we need to know.
Yeah, he's a rookie. He's a young kid.
Don't even care. What? I've dealt with young Asians before. Pause. With Shintaro Fujinami. Yeah. If y'all didn't watch the corner booth last night, a lot of pause-worthy moments. But you can check
he's played 5 minor league seasons. He has a career batting average of 250, 350 on base percentage, and 385 slugging. This guy sucks.
I was gonna say I ain't no baseball know-it-all, but like that is an ass stat line. I'm telling you, I've been burned by agent signings before to my favorite teams. First it was Shintaro Fujinami when he signed with the A's. We suffered it this year with Young Wei Koo. So maybe agents weren't built to perform on this, or not all Asians are built to perform on the biggest stage in sports after all. And if they are, they're on different teams such as the Dodgers or the Padres with Yu Darvish.
Love you, Darvish.
Me too. Man,
it's so crazy that no one's gonna remember he was a Ranger for majority of his career.
Facts. Dude had he has an arsenal of pitches. It's insane how many pitches he can throw. How come all the Asians they all have like a bunch of pitches? Like it just
the ball's smaller. Yeah, ball smaller in Japan, so you can grip it better.
Yeah, meanwhile,
so you can play around with the grip.
Fujinami couldn't do any of that. Son of a. Anyways,
you need talent to do it.
Oh, he had talent. Well, I thought he did. You know, I watched his whole press conference. And went to his first game, pitched 2 incredible innings. Everything collapsed.
And then he went out there for the third.
I think he allowed 6 runs in the third. And, Yeah, went to that game and they.
Oh my God, we think we found somebody. Oh no, we didn't. We didn't.
No, we did not. All right, and he sucks at pitching.
All right, and no one's blocking.
I love that. Love that. Iconic line from Stewie himself. Speaking of offensive lineman, the fact we went 20 minutes without talking about Giants football
Isn't it great?
I know, right?
On Monday, I
you see how happy
I was
we
sitting,
were?
like playing games, thinking about like the show we're going to do Tuesday. And
Yeah.
one of the ideas I had was every time we tried to bring up the Giants, I would just filibuster and just say something else and get off topic again. And then an hour go by, like, we're not talking about this stupid team, and just move on.
Well, honestly, there might be a point.
I legit, that was the idea I had. I'm like, what if we just not talked about the Giants?
Well, there might be a point in time like this, during these next few weeks where it's like they lose. Obviously they're probably going to continue to lose. Maybe we will just keep talking about the Giants
The problem is if they continue to lose, the topics are going to be less about the game and more about that first overall pick and just going on from there. That's going to be the problem.
And it's like so early from mock drafts too. It's just like, So
not even mock draft. It's just like, okay, like, how's this affect the GM search? What, if Joe Shane's in charge, what can we expect? If we get a new guy, what do we expect? Does this make us more attractive landing spot? Do we keep the first overall pick? Do we trade the first overall pick? Like, that's where the Giants games will come in handy right now, because that's what we're playing for. Is first.
Yeah. And it's topics, obviously like you just mentioned, number one pick and whatnot, or new GM. We've discussed this before, and that's like we don't want to say the same things over and over and over again when everyone knows. Yes, they probably will have the number one pick. Yes, they probably will be getting a new GM after this once the season ends and whatnot. It's like we've been saying this over and over again to where it's like, do we really want to go these next 3 weeks saying the same crap every single week? Mm-hmm. Probably not. So honestly, you just brought up a new idea. Maybe next week, next Tuesday, or the upcoming Tuesday, I should say, the Giants lose. Maybe we won't talk about them or maybe we'll talk about it for like a little bit. Give them their 5 minutes of discussion and move on. Who knows? Yep. Because there's a bunch of interesting stuff in sports going on, including another coach, a college coach, who has decided to date a student and is now fired.
No, Sherrell Moore didn't date a student. He dated a staffer.
Yes, but
Ohio's coach dated a student.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's continuing to get. I don't know what's up with college coaches and trying.
They've been doing this for years. The Bobby Petrino picture still lives on because of that.
I guess most people forget about that, and they just.
It's like the most famous. You ever see it? You've definitely seen the picture. If you don't know who Bobby Petrino is,
yeah, I heard him.
No, I know who you do. I'm just saying for the people at home.
Ooh.
You've seen the picture of him in the neck brace. It's that guy. He got the neck brace because he had a staffer on a motorcycle and he crashed the motorcycle.
Karma's a bitch. Oh, excuse my language.
Well, anyways. There might have been a different reason why he crashed the motorcycle.
Oh. Well then, Giants Vikings preview. 2 young quarterbacks. God, so many interesting stories out there, but we have to do our due diligence, I guess. Giants Vikings preview. 2 young quarterbacks battling it out between Jackson Dart and JJ McCarthy. Yay. Vikings lead the series 19-13. I almost did the never mind. Minnesota leads the series 19-13, including the hand motion.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
my God!
My hand was in my pocket. I did
what?
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of.
That's the first thing you thought of.
I know. Thank God thank God I was careful there for a second. My inner canceled self almost revealed itself. But that's for Thursdays on the Corn Booth podcast. Check it out. But Minnesota
never gonna believe this one.
Well, they can. It's me that they're talking to. But Minnesota, 5 straight regular season wins against New York, with the last being, of course, in 2024 in week 1 when we wore those awful, disgusting piss.
Oh my God, I was there. Oh,
I don't know why you were drinking a lot that day. I think the last time when we talked about that, and we had an episode coming back from that game, you were very. I think you were hungover. I don't think I think our episode was scheduled for Monday. No, it was scheduled for Monday, and we didn't have an episode, so we moved to Tuesday.
Yeah,
I think. Anyways, either way, it was an awful game to watch. Andrew Van Ginkel had a pick six.
Yeah, I left during the third quarter. I've never left the Giant game. I've left the Giant game with like 5 minutes to go in the fourth when the game is like over, and like, all
but
right,
just not that early.
let's just all right. But like never when there was a whole quarter of play left. Never.
Well, it's always the first time for everything.
The stadium was still cheering, and I'm in the parking lot. I've never had that.
Drinking your sorrows away.
Oh yeah.
People say
it was just me. It was because like I tailgate with like 20 people. All of us were out there, and we're all like die-hard Giants fans. Like, don't leave the stadium. All of us have the same idea.
You just
like,
couldn't do it.
Let's get out of this stupid stadium.
You just couldn't do it.
Stupid game.
I don't blame you. You just couldn't do it. I really don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's it called? Not only the Giants throw a pick six that same game, they also allowed a 99-yard drive in the second quarter for a tutty. So yeah,
Daryl's breakout game. That's when he put himself on the map.
Yeah. Start of a
That's also when Daniel Jones' Giants career ended.
Yeah. Those both things are true. I hate this team. As a reminder, the Giants haven't won a game since October 9th, and the streak looks like it will continue. It's ironic how they haven't won a game since October 9th, and they're playing a quarterback with the nickname 9. And if they lose this game, the losing streak will extend to 9 for New York. And all three it looks to be true, or either they are true or look to be true, because this has all the makings of a bounce back game for none other than Justin Jefferson, who has struggled mightily to have a connection with JJ McCarthy.
Their relationship is weird. Like, I know McCarthy, and I wrote about him today for Belly Up and in the fantasy preview. I wrote about like McCarthy, like he's looked really good the past couple weeks, but you heard on the broadcast with Collinsworth on Sunday night, like McCarthy feels pressure to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. I'm like, I wouldn't feel pressure to get the ball to Jefferson. I would just throw it to him and just know he's good enough to get it.
If you want to increase your passing stats, how about you throw it to a top 5 wide receiver?
Yeah. Like I understand like the logic, like, oh, he's pressure because like he's a top 5 receiver, he should be feeding the ball, but like I wouldn't, like, it almost came off like he was like scared to not give him the ball. It's like, I wouldn't be scared. I would just be like, yeah, Justin Jefferson, I'm going to target him 8 times a game.
At least 8. At least give him targets. The man's out there running cardio.
Yeah.
So if I'm Justin Jefferson, I would.
I don't think he's out of the woods yet on being traded. I don't care how good McCarthy looks. I think McCarthy's actually going to finish the year pretty strong and just give an argument for another season of him, but I don't think this is enough. I think Justin Jefferson is gonna politely, because he's handled this very well. He's not been a diva, not been crying in the public like AJ Brown has. He is gonna, I think, just very respectfully be like, if you could move me, move me.
Yeah, I know the best place he can go.
Oh yeah. I don't know if we're going to do it, but 100%, yeah.
So if we trade with the Jets, we get 3 first-round picks in exchange
for the but Jefferson's getting moved before draft day, if he's going to get moved.
Well, we can do a 3-team trade. No, that makes no sense. Or once the offseason comes or starts, right? Or whenever we can start making trades, or whenever the new league year starts.
It's like March, like 14th-ish.
Yeah, we trade with the Jets, get the 3 first-round picks, and then be like, hey, Minnesota, you give us Jefferson, and we give you the 2nd first-round pick of this year. And then we can use that first-round pick that the Jets gave us. They'll give us, whether that's number 7 or whatever the case may be.
Probably be like 7-ish.
And then get ourselves Caleb Downs.
It's not bad.
I love Caleb Downs. I want that guy on my team. I know probably will do some bull crap like sign Spencer or draft Spencer Fanu because we're too cheap to afford Jermaine Lubenor, who I know. Oh, okay.
Well, let's be honest. Lubenor's been good this year. He's not all world. Like it's not a major loss if we lose him. He has false starts every single game. Like
he struggled mightily last week. I think.
Fine. He's a fine tackle, but very easily replaceable.
Yeah.
We're just as Giants fans haven't had a good offensive line in so long that the fact that we have a decent unit right now, we just want to keep the band together. Where it's like, okay, Illuminor has been good, and I don't want to take away from Illuminor at all. But let's not like overinflate his value. He's a fine tackle, but very easily we can find. I bet you there's 100 Illuminors we could find out there.
He's not Spence. He's not Andrew Thomas by any means for sure.
No.
He is solid. And I hope the Giants make some sort of offer to him.
I hope we attempt to bring him back, but like at the same time, if he leaves, I'm not gonna like cry about it. Like, all right, we'll just have to find his replacement, whether it be in the draft or through free agency.
Fair enough. I don't want to draft no lineman into the first round. Like, I know it's a pick that will pay off in the future, but I want something exciting,
No, I want good football, and good football is a good line. Like I know we've been burned in the past, like Eric Flowers and Evan Neal, but like, hey, if Fondu turns out to be more like an Andrew Thomas, that's a cheap tackle at one of the most important positions in football.
You just had to bring up Evan Neal, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I had to bring. Well, if we're gonna talk about drafting offensive linemen, I had to realize the Giants don't have a great history of it. But just because in the past it's failed doesn't mean it's going to continue to fail.
Right on freaking cue, because Evan Neal was elevated from IR only to not practice yesterday.
He's still going to dress in a sweatshirt on Sunday. He's not playing.
Oh, yeah. It's not because of the fact that he's being ruled inactive just because, but he did not practice on Thursday because of back soreness.
Yeah, see, that makes sense.
He just came back from a hamstring injury.
To be fair, the back soreness could just be muscles he hasn't used before. Or like he had like the first time you go to a gym after you haven't been there in a while, you wake up next morning, your arms are kind of sore. Maybe that's it, but not practicing is a bit concerning.
I just never met a freaking 7th overall pick beat this ass as Evan Neal. It is insane how bad this team is. Real quick, if you don't mind, I know you mentioned the Pirates, Astros, and Rays.
Yeah, the Phillies just made a trade.
Oh, well, how about you let us know what happened?
The Diamondbacks are sending Kyle Backus to the Phillies for an outfield prospect.
Oh, wow. That makes don't even care. Don't even know any of those
the Phillies
players.
also traded. So this is the replacement for the reliever the Phillies traded earlier.
Oh, Strom.
Yes, this is the replacement.
Why did we trade Strom? Wait. I gotta know. Why the frick did we trade Strom? And who the heck is Jonathan Bolin, bro? What the fudge?
Let me just go through right now. So Strom was traded. There was a growing friction between the pitcher and the team, so they had to move him, and then Kyle back. So to me, it seems like Strom and the Phillies are having a disagreement about something, so they moved him and they brought in Backus to be a replacement.
Whatever friction, he can suck it in Kansas City. Anyways,
Kyle Backus is 1 year in the he's 1 year in the league. He is 27 years old. He had a 4.62 ERA in 25 1/3 innings, a 4.24 WHIP, a 1.421 WHIP, a FIP of 4.24. So that means it wasn't luck that caused the big ERA, just struggling pitching. Yeah, does this guy got a bunch of control left on him? Is that why the Phillies went for him?
Don't know. Don't care. Thought Strom was good. Don't know why there's a rift caused.
Well, Strom is good. Okay, yeah. So Backus has 3 years of control left on him. All right, that makes sense.
Like, I ain't no Phillies fan no more. Yeah, who cares? I was referring actually to the trade between the Pirates, Astros, and Rays. Pirates get Brandon Lowe, Mason Montgomery, and Jake Magnum.
Is that official?
That's the framework so far. Astros get Mike Burrows, and Rays get Jacob Melton and Anderson Brito. My apologies.
Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Rah. All right, back to New York. So Evan Neal not practice. He didn't practice yesterday. Probably not gonna practice today. Probably gonna be out on Sunday again because
this seems official.
Oh, okay.
It looks like Brandon Lowe's going to Pittsburgh.
Yay! Good for him.
Hey, shout out Pittsburgh. Finally making some moves.
Yeah, it ain't exciting moves, but yay. He's dead. More help for Paul Seguins is on the way. Hopefully, question mark. He's gonna get traded one day.
I mean, look, the Pirates are not gonna win anything, but hey, maybe they'll not die.
Pirates fans, you better enjoy him while it lasts, because he is going to go. He's gonna be gone sooner rather than later.
By 2030, he'll be gone.
Oh yeah. So. But let's see. Evan Neal was elevated, but the Giants made some other moves, which were they made some moves, and then there was a lack of other moves. We'll start with one of the moves that they actually made. Younghoe Koo was released, of course, and Ben. I agree. And Ben Sowles, you're up. The rookie kicker from Pitt was signed to the practice squad on November 11th. Has been there since until recently. He's been signed to the active roster, or I believe, to the active roster, and will be kicking for New York on Sunday. Has hit 52 of his 64 field goal attempts during his time in college and went 122 for 124 on extra points. The Giants have gone through a kicking carousel, to say the least, my friend. In the past 3 years, we've used the following: Graham Gano, Mason Crosby, Rennie Bullock, Jamie Gillian, the punter filling in, Greg Joseph, Jude McCata. Screw you. And
me.
Oh, he could screw off. And Younghoe Koo. And
we don't care about getting his name right.
You're damn right. And Sowles will be the 4th kicker used this season.
The fact that we've had 4 kickers and it's not because of injury, it's just because of our kicking situation is so horrifically bad, and just no one in that organization seems to care. It's just all I need to know that Joe Schoen needs to be fired.
What did Joe Schoen say again? He won't make the same mistake. What?
Twice.
Okay, so that's
he's technically right. He did make the same mistake twice. He's made it 5 times.
6 times, because Gano, Crosby, Bullock, Joseph, Jude.
I forgot Max Crosby was a Giant for a minute.
Me too. Hey, shout out to him. He was actually good in my
Silver
opinion.
Fox.
Yeah. We better draft a kicker. I swear to God, whoever next GM is. Let's see. And
just sign a UDFA. Like, you don't need to draft a kicker.
Wasting a roster spot. Joe Schoen, another mistake there, because Kayvon Thibodeau.
They've wasted several roster spots. Jalen Hyatt and Evan Neal both wasted roster spots.
But we also wasted a roster spot with Kayvon Thibodeau, who could have been placed on IR 4 weeks ago, and is once again not practicing.
Mm-hmm.
So he is likely going to be out on Sunday once again. He is hopeful to come back next week against the Raiders. But at that point,
why? Why come back? Just sell the rest of the year. 2 games left.
Yeah, let Abdul take all the snaps at edge.
Yeah. Right now, it's about playing the rookies and the young guys and trying to see what you got.
I just don't understand why we didn't place them in IR so we can open up a roster spot.
We're dumb. We're run by morons. That's why.
Yeah. Just like you said in the clip that we released the other day. Shout out to our TikTok page. Check it out. 3rd and 10 podcast. Let's see. But we signed a tight end though. Tanner Conner was signed to the practice squad. He played 33 games over his 4 years in Miami. Dolphins. This was actually his most productive season with 9 catches for 91 yards in 9 games, 6'3", 237 and has 12.
Like a blocking back, like a Man Hurts type.
Yeah. For some reason, we have a obsession with signing tight ends to the practice squad. He's the 3rd one we've signed, even though our tight end room is already full as it is. So whatever. Yeah. Useless signings. And last but not least, Nick McLeod. Shout out to him. He won the Week 16 Community MVP Award. What's notable about that is that the Giants used to have McLeod on the roster, and Joe Schoen created a mess in the locker room by threatening to cut McLeod before releasing him and making the secondary worse.
I mean, secondary's been pretty bad already. Letting
at the time we had
Julian Love last night. You look at McKinney and Green Bay. It's just like, what's going on here, boys? What are we doing?
Sad. I miss those guys. All right, let's get into it. Damn it. We beat Minnesota.
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Because here's why. Because I wrote about this last night too. If you look at the numbers where JJ McCarthy's had pretty good games, it's been against 2 bottom 5 defenses against quarterbacks this year. Like if you look, correct. I know this is a fantasy stat. I understand that, so it's not a 1-for-1 comparison. But the Commanders and Cowboys were bottom 5 in allowing points to fantasy quarterbacks. The Giants have allowed the 3rd most fantasy points to quarterbacks. Ergo, we should be seeing the McCarthy we see in the past 2 weeks and not the one we saw back, before Brock Bowser got into a game. Or Max Bowser, whatever the hell the guy's name is.
There you go. I was like, Browser, huh? Oh, Brosmer. I was like,
Brosmer, but I like to call him Bowser. It's more fun.
Yes. You had a point. McCarthy, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception in the last 2 games. The real question is whether, we'll see the version of him that we've seen these past couple of weeks, like which, he succeeded against both Washington and Dallas. Or will we see his form from the first 6 games of the year where he had 6 touchdowns compared to 10 interceptions? He was making constant mental mistakes and all those things. It's clear, hey, when JG McCarthy's on his game, the rest of the offense follows. It's not apples to orange, or it's not a rocket science, I should say. Because they put up 31 points against Washington. They put up 34 last week against Dallas. But those first 12 games of the year, they only scored 18.7 points per game. So maybe he's turned a corner and he has a chance to once again maybe give Vikings fans false hope that he can be a competent starter against a very terrible defense that is the Giants. But at the end of the day, I think if New York does have a shot, which we have to discuss, of course, it may come down to turnovers because the Vikings.
I was going to say turnovers are huge.
Ooh, they lead the league with 27 giveaways, my friend, including 20 interceptions. So this could be a big game for the defense, for the Giants defense to get back on track, who, as they only have just 9 takeaways on the year, which is third worst.
It's a big game for the Giants offense because, one of the things we have not seen from the Giants offense this year is they really haven't turned the ball over horrifically. Like, they haven't been great, but they're not turning the ball over. Like, when Daniel Jones' rookie year, what was the big problem with that team? They constantly turned the ball over. It was Jones fumbling or the interceptions. We've not seen that this year. Now you're going up against a team that actually is pretty good at it. Let's see if your lack of turnovers is a luck thing or you're actually skilled in that position and smart with the football. Because if it's the latter and you're smart with the football, well, that's another notch in Dart's cap and this offensive course cap. Though, okay, there is something here.
Yes, 100%. I think ever since that New Orleans game, Darts has been pretty turnover free.
I think it's 1 or 2 interceptions. I think nothing.
Yeah. One of them being last week because Mr. third round pick doesn't know how to run routes or whatever. But I digress.
So bad, unbelievably bad.
Hate that motherfudger. Real quick on the defense before we get to the opposite side of the ball for New York. I know it sounds like a broken record, but the focus will be on the run defense. I'm not scared of McCarthy whatsoever. And I do feel like Kevin O'Connell, who is Minnesota's head coach / play caller, I think he's gonna depend more than usual on Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason to run the football against his defense and allow McCarthy to kind of use that to run off or run off of that and play and run play action. And of course, as we know, when you run play action and you roll out the pocket, it kind of reduces the pressure that he has on him. By the same time, it does limit his reads down the field. And I think just at the end of the day, sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. My apologies. At the end of the day, we want to make sure the Giants defense is being forced to. If we're going to lose, it's because McCarthy had a great game against us, not because of the run game. That's what I want to see. Because this run defense has been so atrocious. You would think that eventually we would lock down on it. No, we said that.
That's going to come from a coaching or a coaching scheme, though, because it's proven that there's something wrong with the philosophy and the play calling that's going on, and probably the players in the room too. So the run defense is not something that's going to be fixed overnight. We're talking probably a couple years before we can get a decent run defense.
I just want to see some effort, discipline, fill in your gaps correctly. Mm-hmm. We've seen too many times where, defenders are going to the wrong spots and that leads to, open runs for the running backs to dart through. And it's just discipline, fill in your gaps, make make the right play, don't miss tackles, all those things. Like it's really not that hard in terms of what the strategy is. It's Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. They're not like incredible backs. Like they're like
No.
mid-tier backs that you can
Yeah.
easily stop.
Aaron Jones was a great back 3 years ago.
Yeah, and in fact, he's not the leading rusher. Jordan Mason is.
Yeah.
They're
I
the Walmart.
I think also Jones was injured for part of the season, so that's part of the reason.
True. They're like the very cheap Walmart version of Knuckles and Sonic that we see over there in Detroit with them.
Like the Chinese knockoff.
Yeah. There you go. So I look.
It's the Gucci bag, but Gucci spelt wrong.
Yeah. GUCI.
It's only one C instead of two. Yeah,
and it's just two I's at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
But look, like I said, I was gonna say, when it comes to the run game for Minnesota, like they don't run the ball much at all. They're actually fourth worst in regards to rushing attempts. They're efficient when they do run the ball, but they don't run the ball much. So they like to sling the rock down the field more than anything. And honestly, let so be it. Like if the Vikings run the ball a lot and have their way, it's not going to bode well. And I want to see what he can do. Let's see if these last two games against the Commanders in Dallas and Cowboys were a fluke. Or if they're a fluke, then maybe we can expose McCarthy. If it wasn't a fluke, then crap, we're just another bad team that he beat. And once, like I mentioned earlier, gives Vikings fans false hope that he can be the starter. But I have all the confidence in the world. We've said it all year long that Abdul Carter and Brian Burns on the edges will be able to contain him.
Oh yeah.
And take care of business. I think another big game for Carter is coming. I think I know this is wishful
thinking.
The
big game was last week. That was the breakout. That was a huge game for him.
I mean, I hope that Commanders game is a sign of things to come. I hope we do see some, repeat performance like that against McCarthy. Because like I said, 27 giveaways the Vikings have this so far this year. So I expect a couple more against this Giants defense. So. Yeah. Anything that I missed defensively, my friend? That I
no, you pretty much covered all the bases there.
Okay. I do want to shout out though. Hey, Minnesota has plenty of playmakers that McCarthy can get the ball to. We mentioned Jefferson earlier. He should have a bounce back game to kind of get back on track for him. Addison, solid receiver number 2. Doesn't get talked about too much, but he's very solid. Jordan Naylor, who had a pretty good game last week. Great game last week. Actually had a touchdown or two for Minnesota as receiver number 3. You have TJ Hawkinson, who's a respected tight end, of course, in this league as well. So the Giants will need to lock things down in the secondary. Obviously we've haven't been great in that department, and I fully expect New York to address that in the offseason whoever that new GM will be. I keep saying that because I better not see that son of a gun Joe back there leading the show in 2026. But move on to the offense, who will face a defensive unit led by Brian Flores, who is a headache of a defensive coordinator. His ability to disguise his defenses or call the plays is absolutely phenomenal. If anything, he was actually a candidate for the head coaching job before we,
Yeah, that's the whole reason why he's got a loss. We're the reason he's got a lawsuit against the NFL. Well, that and Bill Belichick.
Yeah. So
I watched a TikTok the other day. That should have been the first sign that Bill Belichick was kind of losing it. Because, how do you text the wrong Brian?
Yeah, it's Belichick. He is getting old, dementia.
Yeah. It's like dementia. Old guy messed up the phone.
I'm not surprised.
Maybe this guy can't coach anymore. He can't even text the right assistant.
Or maybe Jordan Hudson was texting him.
Jordan wasn't in the picture back then yet.
Well, you never know. Maybe they were on the low. They were on the talking stage. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Brian Daboll was coach for 4 years, so Jordan Hudson would have been 19. I hope not.
Well, she's of age.
Yeah, but still, she's still in college.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Bill does not have great taste. Sorry, Bill. You're good. You're a great football coach. Your taste in women suck ass. But I digress. As we discussed, Minnesota has allowed 26 points in the last couple of weeks combined, including a shutout versus the Commanders a couple weeks ago. And the Commanders are the same team that put up 29 points against us last week. with Marcus Mariota. I still can't believe it. I don't know how the heck we lost that game. But anyways, look, Minnesota's defense, any one of those guys can cause havoc on that defensive line because they have 6 players with 4 sacks on the year. One of them being Jonathan Grenard, who will not be playing against us. Actually, he got hurt last week against Dallas, and he's going to be out for this one. Also, Josh Metellus, their safety, is going to be out and not playing against New York as he also got hurt against Dallas. But no, look, Flores, I think he will make Jackson Dart's life miserable, of course, with his disguises and whatnot. That could lead to not a very great or efficient outing from him. However, let's get this straight. Minnesota's defense is a beatable defense. We mentioned some of the guys, obviously, that they lost due to injury. Their secondary really isn't the greatest in the world. Of course, Byron Murphy should be a respected quarterback, along with who's the other one? Who's the other quarterback? Byron Murphy. I'm missing the other one. Vikings depth chart. Who's the other corner again for Minnesota?
Oh my God.
It's okay. I got the depth chart. Isaiah Rodgers.
Yes.
Yeah, they're both respected. But they're not scary.
The whole secondary is pretty good.
Yeah, but
Minnesota's got like a top 5-10 defense in the league right now. Dart's got a real test against him.
Yeah, well, yeah, yes. Yeah. I mean, look, they're not shut down corners by any means. They're always a respected unit, of course, when you have Brian Flores as the DC, but they do have their holes. Like you mentioned, secondary isn't the greatest, but their run defense is atrocious, actually. They're allowing 127.6 yards per game on the ground.
You wish you had Scotty. Just give the ball to him and just put your head down and go.
Yeah, I miss that man every day, but I'm glad he's walking again, which is nice to see. But yeah,
where was he? He was somewhere this past weekend
with us.
Oh yes, that's what it was.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, but look, this terrible run defense that the Vikings have, it bodes well for us because we have 4 guys with 300 plus yards rushing this year on the same team with Dart, Scat, Tracy, and Singletary. And we do average 125.1 yards per game on the ground. That is 10th best in the league. So in regards to passing, we have about 218 yards, which is around league average. So, but look, I think at the end of the day, I think the key to victory is the run game. I think they should have a solid day. Especially if Kafka can just tick off that imaginary leash he has on our franchise quarterback, that would be fantastic because Dart had 63 yards on 9 carries. If you allow him to run the football and just let him play freely, he'll protect some. He'll be able to protect himself. He's smart enough to know what he's doing. I know he hasn't done that in the past, but he knows now. I know it. I trust him. Let him play the way he wants to play, and it will lead to success for the Giants offense.
And he has been protecting himself more these past couple weeks. If you watch the film, it's like, oh, but yeah, he's sliding more. He's trying to get out of bounds more. It's just a stupid narrative. Guys, what are we doing?
Let him take off. There were a few times last week where I'm like, there's a hole. Run! But then I'm pretty sure the Giants held him back. So just
I don't want him to be scared. I want him to go. I want that edge, that competitiveness. I want him to be smart and safe at the same time. But if we're gonna coach that out of him, that's bad. That's the kind of energy the Giants need right now.
Exactly. Just let him play, man. Let him be the Jackson Dart that he was during his first few games as a starter. They both let him do his thing. He was killing it.
Yeah.
He still is killing it.
Turn down a little bit. Don't go, balls to the wall every single play. Do slide, do the smart things, but be aggressive. Go take off and run. Design quarterback runs. Do it.
Damn right.
But let's not also baby him, referees. Give him a second to get up if he gets hit.
Yeah, because the other players who get hit worse, and you don't see them oh my god, send him to the concussion
chant. Stupid narrative that has been created. That's why they're doing it.
I don't mind them trying to protect the players. I do.
No, that's amazing. I want them to protect the players. You just can't overprotect players.
Yeah, there's a difference between protecting and coddling.
Yeah, it's guys, it's football. People are gonna get hit. Sorry.
You're damn right. Yeah.
If you don't like that, don't watch.
Yeah, right. But yeah, look, I think the Giants' running game should succeed, whether it's start running the football, Tracy, who had 70 yards last week, or it's Singletary. And we just saw Minnesota allow 91 yards to Javonte Williams last week.
Yeah.
And with New York having 18 rushing touchdowns on the year, which is fourth best in the NFL. By the way, the single season record is 27. It could be beatable if we turn it up a notch these next 3 games. But yeah, I think the run game more than the pass game will lead to success for this Giants team.
Yeah,
I think
100%, 100%.
Yeah, because Minnesota, like you mentioned, their pass defense, as even though they don't have the best players back there, they are pretty
They're
solid
just
unit.
schemed well. They're just schemed really well.
Yeah, they're actually on a interesting streak. They have went 5 straight games without allowing a passing touchdown.
Like, that's crazy. That's insane.
I know. I mean, Dak threw for 291 last week, but no touchdowns. So,
yeah, no.
I think honestly, and especially because the lack of playmakers, as we've talked about multiple times, you have Wan'Dale Robinson, who's great, but you have Mr. Drops a lot over there with Darius Slayton. Theo Johnson, he's semi drops a lot. Isaiah Hodgins is kind of useless. So, I mean, if anything, I think we'll see the Giants pass when they need to, especially on third down, which it's always run pass when it comes to this damn offense, on first, second, and third down respectively. But I do see a game where the Giants just control the line of scrimmage, run the football down the Vikings' throats, and if we can, do that, I think that's how we're going to win this game, because they do not allow big plays. Minnesota's defense, they've only allowed 35 plays of 20 plus yards. That is the fewest in the NFL. And this Giants team, with the lack of playmakers, not a lot of big plays are expected. So I honestly do expect like 12, 13, 15 play drives down the field that take up like 6-7 minutes, but like it'll lead to scores. Fingers crossed. But that consists of just running the football.
But that also keeps them off the side. That keeps them on the sideline too. So it's a double win. Yes, long drives, and you have less time to go the ball down the field.
Keeps our defense, keeps our pass rushers fresh, and get pressure on McCarthy. So, but yeah. Otherwise, Dart can also make history, by the way, during his next few games, as he's now had 20 touchdowns on the year total. 13 passing and 7 on the ground. He trails only Charlie Connerly with 27 in 1948 and Daniel Jones 26 in 2019 for the most in franchise history by a rookie quarterback. So if he could have a couple of nice weeks, I'm pretty sure he will. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I don't have anything else. I just want to see this. I as much as boring as it is to see long drives on the field.
That's how you get the win. That's how you're gonna win on Sunday. That's simple.
As long as you score touchdowns, that's all that matters to me. But anything else that I missed, my friend, that you want to mention?
No, we're gonna lose. It's that simple. Lose.
Okay, fair enough to me. I do expect them to lose in the column, no matter how we play, because some way, somehow, that's how the Giants work. So number 1 pick, we see you, sir, and we'll see you in a few weeks officially.
Can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Alrighty, NFL best bets for week 16. The standings is as follows. Entering last week, Brian was 5-7, I was 7-5. And we left last week with 7-9, or at 7-9, at 7-9, and at 9-7 respectively. We went 2-2 each last week, my friend. So we hopefully we get we have a better week this week, as Trae Young was just ruled out for the Hawks. Fantastic. Can I make an inch pick right now? Maybe, probably not. But anyways, my friend. Dang it. Damn it. I knew he was gonna be ruled out. I knew it. All right. So, favorite pick. What you got?
Give me the Saints -5.5 over the Jets. I love Tyler Shough. That team's dangerous right now because they have nothing to play for. They're just playing. They're just vibes right now. I love Kellen Moore. I think he's a perfect fit down there. I don't know what the future looks like for Shough, but he's definitely earned another year.
We getting Shough tonight. We getting Shough tonight. That song is catchy. He looks. I know we said on the corner booth the other day, but he really looks exactly like Chris Lipoff. It's insane how similar they look. But anyways, You know what? Screw you, Commanders. I got the Eagles -7 over Washington. I think.
You just said it.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Dutch. I'm tripping. Sorry. Let me start over. Eagles -7 over Commanders is my favorite pick. I
Yeah.
do think. Look, obviously, Washington had a good game against us offensively last week. They're going to go up against a very tougher, formidable defense that is Philadelphia. I think Mario will have trouble against them. So give me the Eagles to take care of business. But all right, upset pick. What you got?
Panthers +3. I mean, I know both these teams blew games last week. They should have won. I think the way the Buccaneers blew their game is much more concerning the way the Panthers did, because the Buccaneers had the game wrapped up, and then the Falcons just came back. Raheem Morrison just outcoached Todd Bowles. This game is at home for the Panthers. Panthers all day +3. I'd take a money line if I could too.
Okay, I like it. Give me Titans +3 over the Chiefs. Look, Mahomes is out. Chiefs have really nothing to play for except pride. I do think they're not. They're obviously not used to that.
You're not trusting the legend of Gardner Minshew.
Nope. I trust Cam Ward more than Mustache Man himself. I think Titans pull the upset at home, and they continue to distance themselves from the #1 overall pick and allow that to be battled out between the Giants and the Raiders. But that's not the point. Give me Tennessee to win at home. +3. Over unders.
Give me over 41.5 in the Bills-Browns game. I mean, I think Josh Allen, I know that defense is really good. I think Josh Allen figures out a way to kind of pick it apart. And 41.5 is really not that much. Not that much.
Okay. Give me the under on Falcons and Cardinals, 48.5. Feel like that's going to be sort of an ugly one. I think the Falcons will put up points, and Arizona will too. Well, I feel like no, I'm trying to think. They put up some points, both teams do, but I don't know. I see like a 24-21 type thing where they stay just under the under, or just under the spread, I should say.
Yeah.
No, just under the point total of 48.5. My apologies. This betting stuff is I literally work for a company that deals with sports fantasy picks, and I don't know. Anyways, yeah, lower on 48.5 for the Cardinals and the Falcons. All right, so survivor pick, my friend. Last week you picked the Texans, I picked the Niners, so we obviously can't choose them.
Yeah, I'm going Niners this week. Look, Philip Rivers is a great story. I love him. He looked good last week. Am I not saying? But for a 44-year-old quarterback, he looked good. But this Niners team is probably the most underrated team in football right now. We talk about the Rams and Seahawks all we want. I think I forgot exactly how it would have had to happen, but there was a scenario where the Niners are the top seed in the league, right, in the NFC right now, if something would have happened. So this Niners team is great. They're going to figure out Philip Rivers. Give me the Niners all day on Monday Night Football.
All right. Give me Detroit to take care of business over the Steelers. Don't really have much reasoning. I think Detroit just takes care of business at home. So it's a must-win game for them too. So I think they come out with a lot more fire. But I was wanting to look at the standings real quick because I know you mentioned the Niners have a chance at the #1 seed. That is correct. Seattle and the Rams did already clinch a playoff spot, but the Niners are at 10-4, currently the 6th seed in the NFC.
I forgot who had to win, but like the tiebreakers are in the Niners' favor right now, which is shocking.
I believe so. Yes. Question mark. Well, let me double check real quick. Because the Niners they beat Seattle week 1. They have Seattle in week 18 again. They do well. I forgot, how do tiebreakers work if you split a series with
the division. It's the division record is the first tiebreaker. I think for conference it's head-to-head matchups and division record or conference record.
Thank you for that. Well, the Niners have a better division record than the Rams. So if it comes to it, the Niners would overtake the Rams in the division. So if Seattle continues to stumble and the Niners continue to win, if Seattle stumbles and the 49ers continue to win, we could see SF clinch the number 1 seed. But of course, SF must win out the rest of the way because Chicago's 10-4 right now. Philly's 9-5. And the Rams are still 11-4 despite the loss last night. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, hey, a lot of playoff clinching scenarios that could happen this weekend. And yeah, it's just another fun week of football ahead of us. It is kind of, I think just watching last night's game and of course all the other games that are set to play out this weekend. It is, and I'll say it again. It just makes me kind of sad. Like, damn, like all these good teams putting up points, having all these like talented players with solid coaching staff. Like, you know, I kind of do hope that's gonna be us sooner rather than later.
Yeah,
probably won't. Maybe 2027, which sucks. Which is we have to wait another 2 years.
I'll say if you can tell me right now, 2027 is year, I'll gladly wait the 2 years for that.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. Patience is wearing thin for me. I mean, I'm not saying I'm move on to another team. I would never move on from the Giants. I've obviously moved on from.
Well, well, your track record doesn't support that.
Yes, true. But I promised myself, and I tell who are my friends and family, I will never ever move on from being a Giants fan. That is my childhood team. That's the first team I fell in love with when it comes to sports. The color blue, which obviously helps my case because my favorite color is blue. I will never, ever move on from them no matter what. I really do hope we just turn it around because I don't know, like we said before, I want this podcast to be fun. I want it to be where we come in every week and discuss, more wins than we usually do, than we've had. I mean, 5 wins over the past couple years now. It gets depressing on this show.
Discussing like, well, okay, what do we want? Like, do we want this team to win because if this team wins, this matchup is better for us. But like that'd be much better talking about. Like, I don't know, maybe we'll get the first overall pick, maybe we'll trade it, maybe we'll keep it and get our stud. Like, what do we do here now, guys?
And if things went our way, we could be talking about us being in the hunt, but because of our fourth quarter collapses or just defensive mismanagement or whatever the case may be, incompetent quarterback play to start.
We should win 5 games, and then I would give you like the Packers and Commanders games are probably like 50-50.
Yeah, but here we are. So it's all good. Giants just continue to lose, get the number 1 pick, trade down, get a haul, make some whoever the next GM is, make some solid signings, get a good coach that we can be excited for, preferably Marcus Freeman, but I digress.
It's not gonna be Freeman. He's not.
I know.
He's just not.
But like, oh man, he's a fantastic leader, and I do see why Notre Dame fans like yourself and the players love him so much. He is a very respected coach over there in South Bend. So, but that's enough football for today. Let's go to baseball real quick before we end the show. Your Mets, my friend, a lot of not a lot, but former Yankees just continuing to join the Mets.
So if my count is correct, we have 5 former Yankees on the roster, and Juan Soto, Devin Williams, Clay Holmes, Luke Weaver now, and then Luis Torrens was a Yankee minor leaguer for years.
Look at that.
We're signing a lot of former Yankees, but like, let's not pretend the Yankees haven't signed a lot of former Mets. 7 former Mets played for the Yankees last year. Like Rosario, J. Davis, Cookie Carrasco. Like, it goes both ways, guys. And by the way, the Yankees only signed this offseason has been Ahmed Rosario. We're signing guys. You guys are being, cheap broke boys over there. You're signing failed top prospect Ahmed Rosario. Get out of here.
Trash.
But Luke Weaver, is he, like I said, I've been a TikTok about this. You can check it out, Brian Peach 1016. It's more of a deep dive. But is Luke Weaver a sexy pickup? No. Is he a good pickup? Absolutely. This is a guy that, with the questions surrounding AJ Minter's health, kind of be like that 7th inning, maybe 8th inning guy. It's just another arm the Mets can rely on. Is he like the elite guy I wanted to pair with Williams? No, but he's like that, like, second tier with like Rayleigh, Minter, and now Weaver. So like, I still want an elite reliever. I want like Williams and like a Mason Miller, but I don't think Mason Miller is getting traded to the Mets because the Mets have been pretty quiet. If you notice, like, there was no speculation about Jorge Polanco. It just happened. Weaver, there was like a report 20 minutes and then they signed him. Williams, there was like rumors about it, but then like there was no like, oh, talks are heating up. Talks are intensifying. He's like, nope. I don't know. We kind of signed Devin Williams, even though We know there's been interest. Marcus Simeon, there was no the Mets or Rangers are talking. There was no talk. So I think that Padres trade is people are starting to realize that it started off as a joke and they realize they have egg on their face. So they're trying to backpedal and spin it. Or the Mets and Padres talked at one point about a potential Mason Miller deal and it kind of fizzled out. And now the reports about it are coming out from the Padres side of things. So I don't know who our next elite reliever is because we just don't know what the Mets do. They're keeping their cards very close to their chest. Steve Cohen came out today and called out the New York Post, which is hilarious because the New York Post ran a piece about how the Mets payroll is only going to be around $320 million, which is a little bit less than it was last year. And Steve Cohen basically came out and goes, I don't know where you got that number from. So very funny things. I like Luke Weaver. I think he'd be a solid reliever for us, but still a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir. I heard another option on the table for the Mets was Michael King, but obviously
Michael King was a guy. A lot of people thought the Mets were favorites to sign Michael King, and then he signed with the Padres. So King would have been a cool starter, but I don't know. I think the Mets are more in that they're more leaning on McLean to become the top starter, Manaea to go back to the picture he once was, and then it's all right, Clay Holmes could be that third guy. You sign another reliever, and then hopefully Sproat or Tong. Most likely Sproat. I think Tong still needs another half year, maybe a little extra in the minors. Could be that fifth starter, and then either move Peterson or move to the bullpen, and they got the depth.
Yeah. Well, one more thing that I want to mention Mets-wise. I heard a top international prospect named
Yes,
Wandy
this is hysterical.
Assagan.
This is pretty
funny,
good.
isn't it? I heard he said no to the Yankees.
No, he signed with the Yankees and then
apologies.
flipped. This is basically so basically it's like a college commit saying, I'm going to go to Cal and then flipping actually I'm going to Notre Dame. It's kind of
sweet.
It's very similar to that where it's I'm signing with the Yankees. Actually, I'm signing with the Mets. And look, this kid is great. But he's 16 years old. He's born in 2009. But everything you read about this kid's scouting report's amazing. He's got a 60 hit tool out of 80, 68 tool, a 65 power, a 50 fielding, and a 50 speed. If he's developed correctly, he could be a future superstar in the Mets. And shout out to David Stearns. You can say whatever you want about David Stearns. I've criticized him for how he's handled his free agency so far, but the way he's built this Mets bullpen farm system is unbelievable. We're a top 2 farm system in the league right now, and half the guys in our top 30 are David Stearns people. So that's what Stearns is going to do. That's what Cohen's talking about, that just sustainable winner to just plug and place guys from within. That's how you do it. All these great prospects that have coming up right now. So
damn right.
This kid we're not going to see him until 2035, but it's very exciting that the Mets are a premier destination for these top international free agents.
Yeah.
It shows that we're doing something right in development.
And the Yankees are not.
Yeah. Yankees fans still are the Copa meme going on in the Yankees right now is very funny.
Poor Matt. Hang in there, buddy.
Yankees,
hang in there.
Well, Matt knows. Matt's a smart Yankees fan. He understands what's going on right now.
Oh,
you got John and Mayo Pack, who's just an idiot on Twitter.
Never heard that one before. All right.
He's a WFA. He's an East Coast guy. He's an East Coast guy.
I wonder who's worse, WFAN or WIP? I think WIP is worse.
WIP is worse because FAN was very respectable up until a few years ago.
Yeah,
FAN used to be the gold standard of sports talk until Mike Francesca and Mad Dog left.
Nah, makes sense. Yeah, Mad Dog is kind of weird too. I don't.
Mad Dog was great back in the day. Mad Dog's lost his fastball.
Yeah,
we're not doing this without Mad Dog. It's Mad Dog and Mike Francesco are the reason we're doing this right now. They built this.
Yeah. Sorry, he just makes
for someone like you who not lives in New York doesn't know the story of Christopher Mad Dog Russo, just know him on a national brand. It's understanding why you feel that way. If you just know what he did in FAN, you oh, okay, this guy is a legend of the industry.
I believe it. It's just sometimes his NBA takes are atrocious, man.
No, I don't. I'm not disagreeing with you. He is.
Yeah, no.
Recently, yeah, he's been pretty bad.
But it's about what he did in the past.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like it's like Albert Pujols when like his last days in the Angels. It's like, oh, this guy sucks. Like, yeah, he sucks, but he was a legend.
Yeah, fair. Well, I tell you what. Speaking of WFAN, hopefully they have something good to talk about after Sunday. Maybe the Giants pull off a win over Minnesota. We are underdogs once again at home, which is not shocking to say the least. But we'll see how our boys perform. But we hope you guys enjoy a great weekend slate of football, college football. Our first round starts tonight with Bama and Oklahoma. So we hope you guys enjoy that one. And whatnot. And yeah, look, enjoy today, enjoy Saturday, enjoy Sunday, enjoy Monday Night Football as well. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday. You can follow us on social media as well for any clips from our full episodes of our show. At 3rd and 10 podcast. You can follow me personally at Nathan_124. You can follow Brian at BrianPG1016 as well. And shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. Use the code BellyUp for $20 off your first purchase. And you can find my article work, Brian's article work, and all of our other amazing writers and podcasts at bellyupsports.com. But yeah, we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Enjoy yourselves. Don't have a team in the running for this college football playoff, but nope. I don't know. Go Tide, I guess.
Just enjoy the games. Just enjoy the games.
I sure will.
Shane Boz, the Baltimore.
Oh, crap. That's good. Oh, I heard that's a good
move for Baltimore. That's a great move for Baltimore.
Good one.
4 prospects going back to the Rays. Hot stove. Stove's hot.
Holy crap. Well, Baltimore making moves, baby.
There you go. Baltimore need pitching. Hi, shout out Baltimore being aggressive. Go out and get Pete. Now you're going to get some pitchers. I love it. I love what Baltimore's doing.
Contending for the East.
Love when ownership groups actually put money behind these teams and don't act like the Pirates or the A's owner who just uses it as their personal bank account.
You see, John Fisher? That's how you run a team. Thanks, guys. Bye.